First City Focus is supported in part by Duke Energy, powering the lives of its customers and communities. Online at duke-energy.com. Andy Ellerman of First City Wealth, serving Vincennes and surrounding communities to help with investing and planning for your future, before and during retirement years. First City Wealth online at firstcitywealth.com. Colonial Assisted Living. Colonial is an assisted living residence, promoting independence and dignity for each resident while providing the necessary assistance for daily living. Colonial Assisted Living, 1622 South Hart Street Road in Vincennes, 812-895-1504. And by donations contributed by Vincennes PBS viewers like you. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to First City Focus. I'm your host, Allison Bowers. On this episode, we'll learn about the long-anticipated grand opening of the new Red Skelton Art Gallery. Technology is reshaping agriculture, and Vincennes recently hosted an event to showcase the cutting-edge equipment being developed right here. We'll show you the highlights. And with the upcoming winter months, the Salvation Army is gearing up to be as prepared as possible. We'll talk with Captain Joey Gates. We have these stories and more right now on First City Focus. The original groundbreaking ceremony for the Red Skelton Museum of American Comedy took place here on the campus of Vincennes University in October 2006. Now, 19 years later, the new edition of the Red Skelton Fine Arts Gallery is nearing completion. I'm here today with Ann Pratt, the director of the Red Skelton Museum. Hi, Ann.
Hey.
And I have been driving by the construction now for what seems like a long time, and it's been really fun to watch from the outside, but I can't imagine how exciting it's been to kind of watch it step by step like you have.
It has been great, and it's been just about a year from now that they first, we had our ceremonial groundbreaking 2 years ago in October, but then it took them about a year after the ceremonial groundbreaking due to different delays, this and that, before they actually broke ground. So for the past year, I've been sneaking into the construction site to see where they are and doing video tours on WhatsApp for Mrs. Skelton, and it's just really been awesome.
Right, and you mentioned Mrs. Skelton. For those who don't know, give a little backstory on where the inspiration and all of this came from for the art gallery.
Well, Lothian Skelton is the third wife of Red Skelton. They married in 1973 after his divorce from his second wife, Georgia. And as some of you may know, in 1973, his television show had ended, and he was really starting to focus on his painting career. He was traveling around the country doing stand-up, but really doing a lot of painting. And so she kind of considers her the wife of the painting era. So his artwork is really important to him. But a lot of people don't really know that he was a painter, so obviously in the current museum, we only have room for about 7 paintings. So she's like, we need to be able to display more of his paintings. So a couple of years ago, after several years of deliberation and thought and everything, she donated $4 million to assist with the construction of this art gallery, because she's just so passionate about there being more space for his art.
Yeah, that's really exciting, and I know it just looks beautiful. I mean, like I said, I've only seen it from the outside, but it just blends right in with the rest of the beautiful building of the Red Skelton Museum, and
it is.
It just looks great.
It is gorgeous, and the finishes inside, I mean, it is just spectacular. There's terrazzo floor, there's tile floors. We're going to be adding a couple of bathrooms because in addition to it being an art gallery, it's also an event space. So we will be able to host events, for the museum of up to nearly 200 people. Wow. So we're really excited about that opportunity as well.
So when is it going to be totally completed, and is there any kind of grand opening thing going on? What's going on?
We are on Sunday, November 16th. We're doing a grand opening celebration for the museum members, our corporate partners, our community partners. So that'll be on Sunday the 16th. And then on Tuesday, November 18th, it will actually be open to the public to come, and it will be part of your museum experience. So you'll come into the regular museum entryway and purchase your ticket, and that will include a trip through the art gallery because it will be connected to the other one through just, you'll see how your tour just continues on through.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you said there's a vent space. Are there other spaces within? What all is going to be in this new edition?
Well, one thing that we're really excited about is a very large new archive space, because our current archive is not very big, and with all the paintings, and Mrs. Skelton has sent an additional 300 original paintings that we now have in a storage space because we didn't have room for it in our archive. So we're going to be able to really get the archive set up with the artwork type archives in the new space, and then the regular television movie career archives will be in the current archive.
Okay. And you kind of talked about having lots of room. I think somewhere before you had talked about maybe in the future hoping to offer some art classes or things like that. What's that about?
I'm just really passionate about children having the opportunity to explore arts. I mean, we're kind of a sports heavy town, and that's awesome, but there are some children that maybe sports aren't their thing and they need an outlet to really explore art. So what I'd like to do, and of course this is all kind of pending funding because it all takes money to hire people to do these classes, but just looking at sessions of art classes, painting or drawing, sessions of perhaps drama classes, music classes, because these are all areas that Red excelled in. And so I just think carrying on his legacy in his hometown, in a museum and art gallery dedicated to him would just be so fitting.
Yeah, and I know you had talked on here before once about how there was a webcam on the construction and you had people watching the construction. Do you know of anyone who's been watching from other parts of the country who has plans to come and see it on opening day?
I don't necessarily. There are definitely some of our members who have just been hammering me about the dates of when this is going to open and to make sure they're going to get their invite to attend. I know we have some coming from New York, some coming from Pennsylvania, right, some coming from Florida. So we definitely have many people planning to attend from different parts of the country, and we're super. Of course, Mrs. Skelton will be here. She arrives earlier in the week, and she'll be here for a whole week, and she just can't wait.
Yeah, what a neat experience, though, too, for Vincennes to have all these people come in, and be able to see this and this beautiful new, place that is all ours now,
Yes.
And something that people might not know about Red Skelton was that he was a private in the U.S. Army, right?
He was. He really was a patriotic man, and he always supported the war efforts. He did stand-up shows to promote the war bonds prior, to his entering the war in the earlier 1940s, and then he himself entered as a private in the U.S. Army, and I believe 1944, and he was in for just a short time. It was very stressful for him because I think he was being pulled in many directions, working as a private with his platoon, but then also being asked to do shows as well. And so he, even after he came out of the Army, he continued to entertain the troops. And so we've always had kind of a section in the museum about his career, but now we have a special exhibit that showcases even more artifacts, posters, things advertising one of his medals, things, and it's called Private Skelton, and that will be in the museum through Veterans Day. So if you get a chance to come by the museum between now and then, you'll get to see that special exhibit up.
Right, and you said Veterans Day. Let's talk a little bit about the Veterans Day program and the involvement that the Red Skelton Museum has.
Right, well, Vincennes University always does a wonderful Veterans Day program, and I'm partnering with that group this year to work on the Veterans Day program, and we have a great program planned. And a lot of people don't realize that it's open to the public, and we really want to get as many people involved in the Veterans Day program as we can. And so it will be on Tuesday, November 11th at 11 a.m. So if you can remember 11-11-11, then you know when to show up at Vincennes University. But we have Major General Rick Stevens, originally from Vincennes, as our keynote speaker. Mrs. Skelton will be introducing Red Skelton's Pledge of Allegiance. We'll talk a little bit about Red. We have bands from Vincennes University, choirs from Vincennes University, and then afterwards we're partnering with the Harmony Society, and all veterans in attendance are invited back for a free lunch at the Harmony Society.
Wow, that sounds like, I didn't realize it was open to the public.
Yes, I know a lot of people didn't, and so we're really hoping to increase attendance this year and get more people there because it's such a spectacular show and it's such a great thing to recognize our veterans on that day, and it just so happens that we can actually do it on Veterans Day this year.
Yeah. Just so people kind of remember the facts, that's opening on October, when is it open? The the new art gallery is open?
Open to the public on November 18th.
Okay.
And then our grand opening for our members and our corporate partners will be on November 16th. And then the Veterans Day program, 11/11 at 11 a.m. in the Red Skelton Performing Arts Center, open to the public. So I just hope that y'all are able to attend some of these great events.
Yes, right. So this is all, that's a unique time that it's open to the public. Does it still cost to get in to see it at the grand opening event, or?
At the grand opening event on the 16th, that's an invitation event for our members and our corporate partners, and that'll be in the afternoon on that. But it's like I said, it's for members and partners. But then open to the public on that Tuesday, and then moving forward every day after that. If you visit the museum, you can also visit the art gallery.
Perfect. And what are the hours that the museum's open?
We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5, and on Sundays, noon to 5.
Okay.
And we have special pricing for seniors and students. Our basic adult pricing is $9 for an adult.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Anne, and I look forward to watching the Veterans Day program myself, and I hope lots of people turn out for that and see it, because I think that's a really unique opportunity to see, and I'm excited about the art opening as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. If you'd like to watch the Vincennes University Veterans Day program, you can do so on the Vincennes University YouTube page. Back in early September, downtown Vincennes became the stage for a showcase highlighting how technology is reshaping agriculture. The Pantheon hosted farmers, innovators, and community leaders for a look at new ideas, including a homegrown startup that is changing the way crops are harvested. News director Dave Foster and photojournalist Dave Novak tell us more.
Inside the Pantheon, community members gathered to see firsthand how robotics and artificial intelligence are being used to solve one of farming's biggest challenges: labor shortages. The event highlighted the work of TerraForce, a Vincennes-based startup developing technology to automate watermelon harvesting.
We really dreamed, what's actually possible? Is this problem we're solving? Can we actually use robotics and automation to replace the labor? We've seen labor evolve over a period of time. Is the technology in a spot where we can really make that happen? And it took a few months to really dig into, but we found that we could solve the problem.
Attendees and organizers say the showcase was about more than just one company. It was about proving that Knox County can be a hub for innovation and investment in agriculture.
I think growers today are experiencing a variety of challenges, whether that is financial resilience with commodity price fluctuations, or, it's getting harder to grow crops with more extreme weather, and labor is a perennial challenge. So technology like this is just a very exciting advancement that will address a lot of things that growers, I think, are asking for and needing. So great to see this kind of innovation, and really hope to see it scale up and enter the marketplace.
For TerraForce founder Mike Jacob, developing the harvester is not just about new tools. It's about making sure farming stays viable for future generations.
But one of the things that pushed me down this path, Drew, was thinking about what would happen if we didn't do this. What would happen if we don't solve this labor problem? And we don't have to guess. We know. We can go to upstate New York and drive the 2 lanes. This is something I love to do anywhere I'm at. And you can see abandoned dairy farm after dairy farm. Those farmers didn't adopt. Citrus farms in Florida, citrus production down there is down 90%. There's some disease pressure that's contributed to that. But if you rest and don't do anything, you can look at the outcome.
The demonstration grew strong interest, especially from melon growers who see automation as a potential lifeline. Local investors have also stepped forward. Already, more than 90% of TerraForce's startup capital has come from right here in Knox County. As the project grows, Jacob said the payoff is not just about profit, it's about building strength at home.
Traditionally, we think of investments as what's our return on investment in terms of dollars, but when you invest locally, your return is so much more than that. Not only are you getting that great ROI on your invested capital, but you're improving your community and generating a return for the people around you as well that benefit from the technology.
As TerraForce continues refining its robotic harvester, community leaders say the project is an example of how local collaboration can help agriculture adapt to the future while keeping innovation rooted in Vincennes. For photojournalist Dave Novak, I'm Dave Foster for First City Focus.
And there's already more recognition for this local innovation. Just weeks after the showcase, TerraForce founder Mike Jacob was honored with the Rising Star Award at the 2025 Raleigh Innovation Conference in Indianapolis, a spotlight on emerging leaders shaping their communities with fresh ideas and powerful vision. Well, we've all heard the ringing of the bells around town during Christmas time. That means the Salvation Army is out collecting in their red kettles. But does that collect enough to serve the community's needs? I'm here today with Captain Joey Gates. Thanks for joining me, Joey.
Thanks, Allison.
So, like I said, the red kettles, is that your biggest fundraiser of the year?
Yes, that is our biggest fundraiser of the year. It usually brings in about half of our budget, if not more. But we know in recent years with the downturn of economics and all that stuff, people aren't giving as much. So we are needing as much help as we can.
Right, and especially with people using less cash. I wonder
Yes.
how does that affect Salvation Army?
Yeah, so that is, we are innovating. I love how, you always got to innovate with our culture. And so we have a tap
Tap to pay?
Tap to pay, thank you. That we have been rolling out for the past couple years. It'll be at Walmart on one of our stands, where literally you can take your credit card, your bank card, and just tap it right on the denomination. So we have a $5, $10, and a $20 that you can give just like that. Or we even have online payments where you can scan a QR code, you can go to our website, click on that link, and you can do it right there, because we know everyone is doing online stuff now.
Right, that makes it really easy to just tap to pay, like you said.
Absolutely,
And,
yeah.
and especially if the volunteers are able to walk people through how to do it on their phones.
Yes, absolutely, and it's so easy to do that you'll just be able to scan a QR code with the camera and you're right there.
Possibly quicker than digging through your purse for change, right?
Yes, yes.
Right, so you said that makes up about half of your yearly budget.
Yes.
And then what does that get used for?
Oh yeah, so that gets used for all of our programs that we use or that we offer to our community. So that goes for rent assistance, people that are having trouble paying their rent, utility assistance, so their gas, electric, water. Those prices are going up and we're seeing them dramatically. And so we do that, and then, help with rent and our food pantry.
Right.
Which is our biggest thing that we help people with.
How do you go about selecting families who are eligible to receive benefits from the Salvation Army?
So really anybody can. The biggest thing is they have to be in Knox County because we want to help our community the most. And then it's just, you got to have, your bill has to be overdue or almost in that disconnect status, and then we'll be able to help. And we don't do it alone. So we partner with other agencies as well.
Okay.
So we partner with St. Vincent de Paul, United Way, the city trustee.
Right.
So we don't do it alone because we couldn't do it alone.
Right. It's a partner or parish right now,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, we're partnering with everybody we can. Helping His Hands is another one we partner with.
Okay, so you cover all of Knox County then, not
Correct.
just Vincennes?
Not just Vincennes.
Right.
Yeah, correct. We do all of Knox County.
And then do you work with other local Salvation Armies, like the ones in other counties? Do you do events with them, or are they all totally separate?
Yes, so we do work together with other Salvation Armies in our area. We have a good relationship with Princeton, Evansville, but we all kind of handle our own area.
Right.
So we make sure if we're all there that we know this is for Knox County, this is for Evansville, this is for Princeton.
Right.
But we do work together to make sure that people know that we are helping as much as we can.
As many people as possible.
Yes.
Right. And so it's October now, and it's not cold yet, but it will be getting cold, we know. And so what, you said you offer rent assistance, and that kind of helps people stay in their homes, but do you offer any other special programs for the winter?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like you said, it's going to be coming cold here soon, even though, we've been in the 90s the past couple weeks. So I always feel funny when I talk about being cold. But yeah, our biggest things that are coming up is our coat drive. So October 9th is we'll be collecting a lot of coats with some local partners, and then they will actually all be cleaned by SureClean here in town. And then we will start dispersing those when we do our Christmas signups, which that's another thing.
Right.
So going right into that, so our Christmas signups cover a lot of programs. So it covers the coats, it covers the Christmas food boxes that we give out, and it covers our toy shop, where families can sign up, they can come in, and it's kind of like a store, and they get a shop for what their kids want, and it's all new toys that we get donated from the community.
Right.
And so during that time, we serve a lot of people.
Right. And that's what the Red Kettle donations go for, right?
Correct.
So, I mean, it's all connected. When people drop their change or they tap to pay, they're paying for people in their own community.
Correct.
The money stays right here, right? And
Correct.
so they're paying for kids who might otherwise not have Christmas presents or coats or all of these things that the community needs,
Yeah,
right? That's
absolutely.
where it's going.
So 82 cents on the dollar stays right here to help. And that's, if you look at any other organization, you
Right.
probably can't see 82 cents.
Right.
And so that's what we are so proud of, is that the money raised here stays right here to
Right.
help our community. And so, yeah, we just want to help the kids get warm. We actually just had our back to school, or Stuff the Bus is what we called it, where we helped teachers stock their classrooms with supplies. And so, that supplies is still going out to all those teachers, because those are the important people in our
Right,
lives.
right.
We want to make sure the teachers have what they need.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we trying to step in and help any way we can.
Right.
And that's exactly where that money from the Red Kettles is going, is to end our community. It doesn't
Right.
it doesn't go in my pocket.
Right, exactly.
It goes right back into the
Right,
community.
a wonderful cause. Thanksgiving, do you have any specific food drives or anything, or do you have a meal? What do you do for Thanksgiving?
So we really don't have a meal for Thanksgiving, because we know other churches are doing meals, and that is one thing, that's another thing that we pride ourselves on, is we don't try to duplicate something else that
Right.
somebody else is doing.
Right.
If we could join them in doing that, we would be happy to do that. But that's the thing that we try not to do, is duplicate so many things that we're all competing. We would rather work together
Right.
than compete in our community.
Exactly. So if someone has missed the coat drive that happened on October 9th,
Yeah.
can they still donate coats, or where should they take them? What do they do?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can always drop them off at our office, which is 2300 North 2nd Street. So if you knew the McDonald's right on 6th Street, just go over the train tracks and we're right there. Drop them off anytime, Monday through Wednesday, 9 a.m. to noon.
Okay.
And then we'll get them all
Yeah.
cleaned. And
I was going to say, gently used, allowed to be donated
Yep,
too?
gently used is allowed
Okay.
to be donated. We are focusing on kids' coat this year.
Right.
Because we ran out 3 times last
Wow.
year. So we had to go to another great partner, Walmart, and, get more coats for kids.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure the kids, we do accept adult coats, we do accept, gloves, hats, boots, that kind of stuff as well. But we want to focus on kids, making sure they stay warm.
Right, right.
And so, yeah, that's what we're ready for.
And nationwide, has there been a decrease? Have you been seeing, because you've been with Salvation Army for a while now, you said?
Yes.
A couple years.
So we've been, my wife and I have been pastors for 8 years.
Right, so has there been a decline in donations overall, or?
So it ebbs and flows. Just like the economy, it kind of ebbs and flows, and how people donate also ebbs and flows. Because, our red kettles are one of the biggest things, but since people aren't carrying cash, we're kind of seeing a downslope in people giving that way. But on the other hand, like during COVID, the big tap to pay or online red kettle, that went up. And so we just try and we try and watch it and see what the economy is doing.
Right, right. And if people do want to donate online, what's the website that they can do that?
Yeah, so absolutely. So they would go, the easiest way to do it, because it's a long website if I try to give it to you, go to our website, which is savincennes.org, and there should be a Donate Now button, and it'll go right to our virtual red kettle. And that's where people can donate to our virtual red kettle.
Right, and you said they can be a one-time, they can set up rotating donations?
Yeah,
They can do
absolutely.
all of those things?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We love when people do rotating or reoccurring ones that want to support us, because that helps us
Right.
in the long run.
Right, and it's an easy way to remember that way, because the kettles are only out during the holiday season.
Correct, yeah.
But you are, that's an easy way to remember to donate year round.
Yeah, kettles are only out starting November 8th is our first day of kettles. You'll see kettles out. And they're only out until Christmas Eve. And then you don't see them, but then we're still needing those donations.
You're still serving year round, though.
Yeah, we're still serving we don't stop.
Right.
And so we always need the community support to continue doing what we do.
Right. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, Joey.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks, Allison.
It's been great having you. And once again, if you would like to keep up with the Salvation Army, you can follow them on Facebook. Here at Vincennes PBS, we recently hosted our second annual Family Fun Fest right outside these studio walls. There were over 350 kids, parents, community partners, and volunteers that came out to enjoy the beautiful weather that day. We were able to give every single child that came a free t-shirt and a free book.
You want to register for the door prizes? These are what we're giving away. You can scan it.
Thank you very much.
What was your favorite thing today?
The bus, whenever we went to go on the bus so that we could see the animals. Petting the animals. Petting the animals. Petting the animals.
It's wonderful. We really enjoy being here, and we're glad we were invited. We're just glad the kids are here and enjoying the animals, and we're just glad we have a great weather day, and I'm happy that all the kids came out.
We're helping out for the women's basketball team.
We're cup stacking.
Cup stacking.
You're welcome. That's great. I enjoy taking pictures with my teammates, team bonding, spending time with my coaches also, and just helping the little kids out.
It just means a lot to our team and our organization to volunteer, get involved in the community. I am new here, and we brought in 12 new players. So for the community to be able to see our girls and see our community, and we just get to know each other, and that's really special to me.
Thanks again for everyone who came out and took part in our Family Fun Fest. We look forward to seeing you again next year. And that's all for this edition of First City Focus. For everyone here at Vincennes PBS, I'm Allison Bowers. Join us again next week.
First City Focus is supported in part by Duke Energy, powering the lives of its customers and communities, online at duke-energy.com. Andy Ellerman of First City Wealth, serving Vincennes and surrounding communities to help with investing and planning for your future, before and during retirement years. First City Wealth online at firstcitywealth.com. Colonial Assisted Living. Colonial is an assisted living residence, promoting independence and dignity for each resident while providing the necessary assistance for daily living. Colonial Assisted Living, 1622 South Hart Street Road in Vincennes, 812-895-1504. And by donations contributed by Vincennes PBS viewers like you. Thank you.